Stay off the bridge, man. This August, yet again, I just saw Avengers today, the final one. Avengers Endgame. Great movie. I mean, all the Marvel movies have been awesome, okay? But just like Magneto threw the Golden Gate Bridge with his magnetic powers and destroyed it, and just like we've seen Sonic the Hedgehog movie coming out where he's sitting on the Golden Gate Bridge in August 11, and just like we saw Peter Parker's driver's license where he was born on 8/11. Well, here again, we saw the Avengers standing in front of the Golden Gate Bridge in this movie, and they were checking out a memorial for all the people who had been killed by Thanos using the gauntlet, with the 6 stones in it. Which, by the way, is just a depiction of the septenary cipher. 6 resting on one person, snapped his fingers. And, yeah. So anyway, we are going to use the septenary cipher. I posted this on Facebook here. And somebody responded, Art Oliver here, and was telling me about this amazing story I didn't know nothing about. Okay? About this Germanwings flight. And this dude here, who was the co-pilot on this flight, is sitting in front of the Golden Gate Bridge. I'm sure that's no accident. I'm assuming this was before, not after. I didn't really ask him. I think he's saying this was, and I know you're saying, well, yeah, he was killed. Well, yeah, I suppose he was, but we don't know. Yeah, but that's what the reports say, that he was killed. So I'm assuming this picture is taken before the Golden Gate Bridge, for the crash of the airplane. So now, here he is by the Golden Gate Bridge. Now, why is that interesting? Because that got me looking into this Germanwings story here on, I just brought it up on Wikipedia. And I couldn't believe what I found. Let's just go into it real quick, because here's the best way to decode this, okay? All right, I'm going to use all the ciphers here in a minute, or the base 4 ciphers here in a minute. But I'm going to start with this, because this is called the septenary cipher. It's based on the 7 days of the week. If you're new to this, it's on gematriadator.com, by the way. Okay? And there's a lot more ciphers, so you can look at all these different ciphers. Ciphers are just a way of turning words into numbers. Okay? Now, and in this particular cipher, based on the 7 days of the week of the Bible, and it's shown in movies time and time again, just like I just told you there with Thanos and the 6 stones. Okay, well, using this, we got the 4 names. The first and last name of the people, the pilot and the co-pilot on Germanwings flight. What was it called? 9525. Flight 9525. Well, here's their names: Andreas Lubitz, the co-pilot, and Patrick Sondenheimer. Okay, I just punched them in and hit return, and they come down here so you can see them. Now, look at Patrick real quick, which is 27. Like Jesus. It's 27. That's not a mistake. Just like Paddock in the Las Vegas shooting with the sun, this is a mockery of Jesus, okay? They always use some Jesus figure to destroy and kill a lot of people. I'm telling you, I think these people were legitimately killed, just like the Las Vegas shooting. Some might argue that it was a fraud or whatever, but I don't think so. Okay? Now, what's also important about 27? Keep doubling it. 27 times 2 is 54. 54 times 2 is 108. 108, of course, is the radius of the moon, which is 1,080 miles, The diameter of the moon and the Earth together, which is 10,080 miles. Okay, there's 108 moon widths from the Earth to the moon, 108 sun widths from the sun to the Earth, 108 Earth widths across the diameter of the sun. Okay, it's a very important number, and double that is 216, which is one of the points on the pentagram, and that's what this is all about. 6 times 6 times 6 is 216. See how it all goes together? Now, take these 4 numbers and just add them together. 23 plus 23 plus 27 plus 46. I already did it here because I was afraid somebody would say, well, I don't believe you. Add them together, they equal 119. Now, going back to the Avengers, when I was watching Captain Marvel, which is another awesome movie. Like I said, they're all awesome movies. But Captain Marvel had a 119 on the back of her plane right before it crashed. You see, showing that just a little bit before it crashed. What are the odds of that, right? Well, there's no odds, man. This stuff's freaking coded as far as the day is long. Now, this part's a little bit trickier. Okay, so we punch in their name, like Andreas here. Okay, and you see the calculator adds them for you. It's going 1 plus 1 plus 4 plus 5 plus 5 plus 1 plus 6 equals 23. But it does not multiply it for you. So you'll have to get a piece of paper and a pen or something, or just believe me, and you have a good memory, one or the other. But if you want to verify it, it's not that hard to do. So multiply this for Andreas and it equals 600. Do it again for Lubitz and it equals 840. Now just add 600 and 840. And that comes to 1,440. Look real quick how many people died on this flight. And they did this for a reason. 144 passengers. Okay, and 6 crew members. They separated it because that number was important for you to be able to figure this out. Might also notice over here that the coordinates of where the crash happened are 44 degrees. You know, kill equals 44. You know, here I'll put it on this so you can see that if you're new. See, kill equals 44. This cipher is not the septenary cipher. This is the one where A equals 1, B equals 2, C equals 3. The most intuitive, obvious English cipher. So see, they code it in more ways than one. They don't just use the septenary cipher only, but that is the most important because they're using it in Bible language for people to figure out. And it's also the one that I think the elites, the highest elites, use the most because it's been around for so long. I mean, you see septenary ciphers literally encoded, septenary ciphers encoded on Egyptian hieroglyphs. I mean, it's been around a long time. So now back to Andreas and Lubitz over here. First and last name. Again, we said if we multiply them across, Andreas is 600, Lubitz is 840. We'll take 600 and multiply it by 840. And because I'm guessing somebody's going to not believe me, we'll just go over here and do it real quick. 600 times 840 equals 504,000. Remember, like we said, Patrick, the pilot, is 27. Remember, there's this rule in Gematria, the zeros don't really mean anything. Okay, so you can just eliminate all these zeros, and the numbers we're dealing with here are 5 and 4. Okay, 27 doubled is 504. Not by accident. Remember, the call sign for this was Germanwings 18 Golf. Okay, 18 is just a little 108. You add a little 0 in there. Like I said, zeros are dispensable. You can add and subtract them whenever you need to. Or you can say also that flight 9525 is, Germanwings, sorry, it's Germanwings flight 95. And that equals 108 in the reverse full reduction cipher. So we clearly see that progression, 27, 54, 108. Okay. We saw the 119. And it also says the co-pilot is 27 years old. That's not an accident because, like we said, the pilot is, his name's summed to 27, Patrick. The co-pilot was 27 years old. And it was from the co-pilot's birthday to the crash was 20. Yeah, well, he's 27 years old, so yeah, duh. I don't have to say that, I guess. So 27, but the point of that is not only is Jesus 27, but the word ritual is 27. And again, look at the 1s and the 8s paired with it. You get it? Now, that's not all, because the full name of the flight number was actually 4U9525, you know. Now back to this, because when you type in 4U9525, in our septenary cipher, here's the numbers that come up. 469525, okay? So you have to use that U, it's important. This was assigned for one important reason. Multiply these out. We'll just do it together here. 4 times 6 times 9 times 5 times 2 times 5 equals 10,800. You see the 108 right there? That is not a mistake. Go back and see my video from just a couple days ago where the jackpot lottery winner using the same cipher, Manuel Franco, Manuel in the septenary cipher is 60, Franco is 180, and 60 times 180 is this number right here, 10,800, and this is the number that is coded over and over and over again in all these mass killing rituals. We have gone through this list a billion times, but we'll just do it again. The local murder here in my neighborhood, Jalea Davis, multiplied out the septenary cipher sums to 1080. Just like the Parkland shooting killing, Al-Hadefa Elisa was the first victim, and her name multiplied out in the septenary cipher is 1008. The Tree of Life shooting in Pittsburgh ended at 1108. The Las Vegas shooting started at 1008. The Launchpad 19 Gemini 5 rocket was halted at 108 when two people walked out onto the launch pad. The Masjid Al Noor Mosque in New Zealand, the zip code was 8011. And to top it all off, well, hey, there's a few more. I'll just say this one. Hammer attack on the London Mosque was 118. The coal bombing was 1118. And Lord Jesus Christ, using the Greek cipher, divided by this number 1008 equals pi. There's a whole lot of reasons why they use this. And a whole lot of evidence of how many times they have used it. Man, this is just crazy stuff, man. This is crazy. So, you see how it goes together? I'd stay off that freaking bridge. If you know anybody that lives in California, anybody's planning a trip to California, tell them not to go in, if you're going to San Francisco, not to go there in August. Stay off that bridge, man. Just a few other things about that flight, by the way. I mean, flight 9525, let's see, what else did I have? It was cruising at 83,000 feet, this article says. And 83, what's important about that? If you're new to Gematria, you might not know. But, I mean, if you're not new to it, that's a number we see constantly. And in murder by numbers, 8338. Okay? It was cruising at 83,000 feet. The serial number was 147. We had Zach Hubbard, the guy I learned this Gematria from. You see him on Gematria Effect News. On his YouTube channel, well, he has a campaign called What is 47? Well, 147 is our big government number, proof and evidence that the government planned this murder, this ritual killing of these people on this airplane. You know, how we know that? Well, I mean, you know, it's just a big government number. Government's 47, White House, Republican, Democrat, Authority, Foundation, etc., etc., etc. Now, a little bit more just obvious coding here, and one person already had his channel taken off, I guess. The guy that here that I learned this from, or learned about this story from, Art Oliver. Well, he said down here that they took off his. I'm guessing probably because he might have said that nobody was killed. I'm just guessing. I didn't ask him yet. I'm not saying that, okay? So if you're listening, I'm not saying nobody was killed on this, okay? I am saying, however, that the government had something to do with it. So if that gets it banned, then I guess it gets it banned. Well, Germanwings, flight 9525 equals 114, and you'll see the 288 next to it, okay? That's also a point on the pentagram. Not a coincidence, but 114 here also matches the place where the the place that the crash happened. And this is French words here. Should I try out my French accent? Massif de Trois Évêchés. Something like that. Well, anyway, did I spell something wrong? Massif de Trois Évêchés. Yeah, I think either I did something wrong this time or the last time. I forget, but I put it down here because I could have swore there was a 114. Well, spelled like this. What did I do wrong up there? Massif de Trois Évêchés. Well, whatever I did down here, it equals 114. I copied and pasted it this time. I'm trying to spell it now. So anyway, it equals 114, the same as Germanwings Flight 9525. And then they give you this bunch of bullcrap over here. They always do this, and you can always know what it's probably going to equal. They come up with all the excuses for what was wrong with the guy. Cause of crash. Let's see. This is where it was at. Andrea Lubitz, the co-pilot. They said he was depressed and all this, and he start getting these words like psychosomatic illness, you know, and you copy and paste that into the Gematria calculator here. And it sums of 113. Well, what's 113? This is how you know that they're just making crap up. That's our number of deception, you know. Because that's 113, you know, and you know, untrue. It's 113, or not true rather. Not true. It's 113, you know. So, and there's a lot of other 113s that sometimes when I'm trying to do this live, trying to type them in without writing out all they escape me sometimes. But they also said he had suicidal tendencies. Suicidal tendencies is 112. You remember, like Adam Lanza from the false flag attack that shall not be named, you know, was 112 pounds. Remember Flight 77 that ran into the Pentagon? You see, that's why you see these numbers over and over again. And there's another 74. like psychosomatic illness was also 74, you see down here. So this thing's just coded to the hill, obvious as can be. So let's see if I missed anything here. I do have some notes. Did I miss anything? Nope, I think I got it all. So stay off the bridge. All that just to say, stay off the freaking bridge. Hopefully it doesn't happen, man. But if it doesn't, they're planning something. Okay. This may just be a symbol of something else that's going to happen, but I wouldn't take any chances. So, thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.